What is going on, Fit Family? Happy Hump Day. Mike. Hump Day. I want to make a quick video piggybacking off of my video yesterday. I sat down and kind of figured out what's always worked for me and my clients and everybody that gets great results. And I've compiled it into a list of 4 easy steps to get you to a fitter you. So those 4 easy steps to get you a fitter you, I'm going to explain them. This video might take a little bit longer, so if you guys want to go back and watch it, whatever. If you just jumped in, hi Arlene, how you doing? And want to sit here and kind of go through it. But this is the 4 steps I have to becoming a fitter you, and they're all obtainable. They're all easy. It works for every single person that's successful. This is how you become a fitter you. All you have to do is apply these 4 easy steps, and boom shakalaka, there it is. So my first step is you have to know your why. And without a why, anything and everything means nothing if you do not have a reason why. If you want to obtain a higher position in work, if you want to obtain a higher position in your social life or social status or whatever it may be, you need to have a why for it to actually be meaningful. Not just necessarily, I want that because it's cool, or I want that because someone else told me to, or whatever it is. And your why needs to have, it needs to be a SMART goal. And if anyone's ever heard of a SMART goal, it's specific, it's measurable, it's obtainable, it's relevant, and it's timely. Those are the 5 things that need to go into a goal and when you're goal setting. And with that, you know, specific kind of points to itself. It can't just be like I want to be fit. It needs to be something more specific than that. What does being fit mean to you? Why do you want to be fit, right? If I just say I want to be fit, that can mean a world of things. That can mean that my fit is running a marathon. My fit is fitting into a pair of jeans that I haven't fit in since 1922. My fit could be whatever. There's many different forms of fit, but what's a specific fit, right? So if you want to lose 20 pounds, then your specific needs to be 20 pounds. It needs to be measurable. So it has to be something where it's either in a time frame or, like I just said, a measurement or things like that that you can get to and make sure that there's something to be measured by. It has to be attainable, like we just said. So setting yourself up for failure is never good, even if it's small goals, small goals at a time. 5 pounds here, 5 pounds there, 2% body fat here, 2% body fat there. That's perfectly fine as long as they're obtainable goals. We never want you guys to say, oh, I want to lose 100 pounds in 3 months. That's not an obtainable goal. We shouldn't be doing that to ourselves. It's just setting ourselves up for failure, okay? So it needs to be specific, it needs to be measurable, it needs to be obtainable, it needs to be relevant. And what I mean by relevant is not necessarily to anybody else around you. It has to be something that you want, something that's going to make your life better, something that's going to make you happier, something that's going to make you want to keep continuing on and know that it's something that's specific, measurable, and obtainable. That's the way you're going to get to a goal. And lastly, it has to have a time frame on it. We can't just say like, I just want to be healthier because for whatever reason in any amount of time. There's no specifics to that, okay? That just completely takes away the S out of the SMART goals, right? So specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. I want a 6-pack by the end of summer, right? That's something that's going to make me happier, make me feel better. It's got a specific goal. I want a 6-pack. It has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 abs to be a 6-pack, right? It's got to be measurable. I could see that in the mirror, therefore it's a measurable, right? It has to be obtainable. I believe I could do it. Maybe I can't. I don't know. It's obtainable, right? It has to be relevant to me, myself, and I. No one else. It's not going to be relevant to anybody else because that doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if you do it for them because that's not going to make you happy, okay? You can't hold anyone else's standards to yourself. And it has to be timely by the end of summer, right? That's an example of a goal and a why, right? My second step to a fitter you is align with your why. This is extremely important, right? I'm going to go back real quick because I have a few things to go over with the why. Okay, so going back to step 1, a few questions that you can ask yourself. And if you were a part of the 28-day challenge, these are really good questions that were in the 28-day challenge book. If you are not, let me know and I can send you the link to that. But a couple things you can do is sit down and take to actually write this down, right? Sit down, make sure that it's something that you want. Make sure that you are actually going to take 5 to 10 minutes out of your day to actually write down. And anytime I've written down a goal specifically for myself, if I take time to sit down, write it down, make a plan and all that stuff, I'm more likely to follow that plan and more likely to obtain that goal because I've taken a little bit of time out of my day to actually put my mind towards what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it, and why I'm going to do it. Okay, so that's something. If you guys need help with those questions, there's certain questions that we did for the last 28-day challenge that really sparked some interest in a lot of people, really struck people, really hit a soft spot in people that helped them out. So make sure if you guys do not have those questions, ask on this video, and then I'll shoot you the PDF for that. My step 2 is align with your why. Okay, does your nutrition, your activity on a daily basis, who you hang out with, does that all align for your why? Is that going to get you closer to your goal every time you do it? Are you following the meal plan 7 days a week? Are you drinking water as you're supposed to be? For women, it should be 3 liters a day, all the way up to a gallon. For men, it should be 5 liters a day, all the way up to a gallon. You guys need to have these in focused and aligned with your why. Or else, you know, if I want to be the greatest basketball player in the world, but I only go out there on game day and play, I'm never going to get there. It's not going to happen, right? If I want to major in sociology like I did in college, if I want to major in that, but I only show up on test day, that's not aligning with my why, right? It's not aligning with what I want to do and how I want to do it. You guys have to make sure that everything you guys are doing is putting forth effort towards why you want to do this and how it's going to reflect on getting you to there. Those are extremely important. And being active on the weekends, make sure you're getting to the workouts and all that stuff. Those are huge, huge, huge things that are going to lead you to being successful or unsuccessful. So make sure you're aligning with your why. Momo, I will after this. My step 3 are the 3 P's. Plan, prepare, and persist. Okay? Always plan ahead. If you have events to go to, you can always plan ahead. If it's going to have, let's say, a wedding, you know what's on the menu, right? Is it something that's healthy for me? Is it something I can eat? Are there going to be potatoes on my plate? Am I going to need to make sure I push those off to the side as soon as I get it? Is there going to be fruit around that's not going to be healthy for me? All those things. You guys need to plan ahead. If it's a dinner that you're going out to friends with, let's say we're going to Olive Garden. Cool, I'm going to go Google the menu. I'm going to look at what I can have, so that way when I get there, I'm not even going to look at the menu as far as temptation goes. I'm going to make sure that I'm already planned ahead what I want to eat, right? It doesn't say you can't go out with your friends or anything like that, but make sure you're planning ahead and make sure that everything is aligning with your why of your goals, right? Next is be prepared. If it's a situation, an event, or a family outing or anything like that where you can bring your meals with you, do it. If you can't bring your meals with you, and let's say you're going to a dinner that has absolutely no good options, which I don't believe there are, but if you want to make that reasoning, then eat beforehand so you're not hungry when you get there. So maybe you'll have some water and hang out with your friends still. No one says that you have to eat when you go to dinner with your friends just because it's a social norm. That's not aligning with your why, though, if you're eating unhealthy food just because you have to, right? And then last one is be persistent. There's always going to be family members. There's always going to be friends. There's always going to be people that are, why are you eating like a rabbit? Why are you doing this and doing that? And deep down inside, you have to know the reason you're doing it is to be happier, to make sure that you're aligning everything with your why. There's reasons why you're doing these things. Why do you work, right? We work to put food on the table for our family and for our kids, right? That's the thing. That's the reason why we do something, right? And no one's ever going to cut you down for working to put food on the table, right? So no one should ever cut you down to make sure that you're healthier, so that you're not taking more days off of work, so that you're feeding your family, so that you're putting more food on the table and everything else, right? Maria, I will send you that as well. But you always have to be prepared, and you always have to be persistent. Be persistent of telling people, no, you don't want to partake in that. You don't want to do that. Be persistent in planning ahead and preparing yourself and staying on the meal plan and all those things. Persistence, persistence, persistence. And I know that road gets difficult. It gets hard to do. It gets hard to stay on track a lot of the time. But you have to make sure, if you guys actually and truly want to be successful, everybody that we help out here is persistent. They make sure that they're constantly learning. They're constantly asking questions. They're constantly making sure that they are aligning with their why and making sure that everything that they do in their daily activities go towards why, right? The last thing Step number 4 to my 4 ways to a fitter you. Make sure you celebrate your small victories. I don't care if you lost 1 pound or if you lost 10 pounds in a week, right? You're that much closer to your goal, right? We've had a lot of people come in here and they're like, oh man, I only lost 1 pound. You're 1 pound closer. You didn't gain a pound, right? That would be even 2 pounds further from losing a pound, right? Each and every small victory is something to celebrate. And I don't mean celebrate it by going out and having a piece of cake. That's completely counterproductive. Don't do that. But celebrate it with everybody around you, right? We all have our friends in the gym. We all have our friends and family members that know we're trying to be healthier and more fit. And we have our Facebook page and all this other stuff. I guarantee if you say you're a step closer to your goal on your Facebook page, everyone's going to be like, great job, keep it up. I know for a fact if you tell us here, we're going to celebrate you as well, right? We have those shirts for the milestones. Every 10 pounds, you're celebrating with us. We want to celebrate your victories, no matter how big or how small, because every time we feel recognition and celebrate something, we feel better about it, and that makes us want to continue to do it, right? So we have to make sure we are celebrating, okay? So, real quick, my 4 whys, or my 4 steps to a fitter you. What is your why? Find out your why. Sit down. I challenge you to take some time out of your day to actually write down what's your why. Make it specific, make it measurable, make it obtainable, make it relevant, and make it timely, okay? Step number 2, make sure everything that you do in your daily activities aligns with your why. That doesn't mean you have to make everyone else eat just like you or drink as much water as you or anything like that. You're your own person. You control that, okay? So make sure everything you're doing aligns with your why. Step number 3 is plan, prepare, and persist. Okay? Make sure you're planning ahead, make sure you're prepared, and make sure you're persistent on why you want to get to your goal and how you're going to get there. And then step number 4 is celebrate, guys. Always celebrate small victories, big victories. That's why we have the Facebook group. We love to hear other people succeeding because it makes us feel like we can succeed. So if you do something good, I'm going to look at it and be like, she did it, I can do it. Right? Help everyone else out. It's amazing feeling when you help someone else out and you didn't even mean to. Okay, guys? Hope you guys are having a great hump day. I just want to make that quick video because I know a lot of us have been struggling a little bit lately. Reach out if you need help. We love you guys. See you guys later or tomorrow. Peace!